Supergirl is about to land in theaters. The film is an adaptation of the graphic novel Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, written by Tom King, art by Bilgus Evely, colors by Matthews Lopes, and letters by Clayton Cowles. Apologies if I mispronounced any of your names. And is set to be the second film in James Gunn and Peter Safran's DC universe.
There have been many versions of Supergirl, but the most prominent one is Kara Zor-El, who was created by Otto Binder and Al Plastino, and it first appeared in Action Comics number 252 from 1959.
In my opinion, Supergirl is one of the greatest and most complicated characters in all of DC, and therefore is no stranger to adaptations. She's appeared in live action many times, including headlining her own film and her own TV show. And of course, she's appeared in countless animated shows and movies. Each of these adaptations are unique in the fact that none of them are the same. Each of them take a different approach of how to tackle the character of Supergirl. For instance, the DCAU's version isn't a Kryptonian, and isn't even Superman's cousin. She's from one of Krypton's sister planets, and becomes Clark's surrogate cousin after he saves her and brings her to Earth. The Arrowverse version is more like a gender-bent version of Superman, where she is the center of hope in the Arrowverse Trinity. Each of these on-screen versions are so distinct from each other that they are a perfect representation of how unique and complicated Supergirl's comic history is. However, there is one on-screen version of Supergirl that I think rises above all the rest, as the most well-developed, complex, and complicated version of Supergirl. That version being Supergirl from My Adventures with Superman. But before we dive into the wonderful world of My Adventures with Superman, I highly recommend you watch the show for yourself first, if you haven't already. My videos are no substitute for watching the actual show, so please watch it if you haven't already, because the show is incredible, and I'd love for you to support the writers and artists who work on the show, so that they can keep making the show. The show is available to stream on HBO Max, but if you're a physical media fan like me, the first season is available on DVD in some regions. And if you could also drop a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already, that would be greatly appreciated. Alright, with all that out of the way, let's get into the video. My Adventures with Superman is the most recent Superman animated series. It is a new take on Superman's early days as a hero. The show takes a lot of visual inspiration from anime for its animation and action scenes, making the show visually spectacular to look at. As the show is titled My Adventures with Superman, Superman's supporting cast of Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen are front and center, and are crucial to the show's storytelling. During the first season, Clark struggles to come to terms with his Kryptonian side and his place in the world.
You will always be our son. But I'm not human?
Clark,
Who am I?
His fear of being an outsider and being different leads him to shut out his Kryptonian side when he was a kid, and it's only reactivated later into his adult life. With Kryptonian technology causing destruction on Earth, Clark fears his place on Earth is to be a conqueror and to cause more harm, which scares him to no end, especially when it turns out to be true.
I don't know. I always thought that... Why would they do this?
Well, half true. Like in previous Superman adaptations, Clark is met by a hologram of his father, Jor-El, but in this version, he can't understand him or his intentions due to a language barrier.
I know you're trying, but I can't understand you. What do you want me to do? What am I doing here? I don't even know who you are. I know why you sent me here. You tried to conquer this planet, my home. I won't let that happen, ever. And if you come to Earth again, I'll be here to stop you.
During the Season 2 premiere, the barrier is broken down, and Clark can now talk to his father and discover what his true intentions are.
Which question would you like me to answer first?
You can speak English now?
The translation program needed time to learn your language.
Clark learns that this version of Krypton was basically Viltrum from Invincible, a race of conquerors who waged wars across the galaxy, wiping out any who stood in their way.
Krypton was the most advanced society in the universe.
I am from Viltrum. We have created a perfect civilization.
The Empire brought less advanced planets into the fold, giving them the opportunity to become model Kryptonian citizens.
Some species resisted, of course, but no one could withstand us for long.
However, upon seeing how terrible their actions truly were, Jor-El and Lara sent Kal-El away to save his life and spare him from the terrible legacy of Krypton.
You are the last of us, Kal-El. You and your cousin.
Cousin?
However, at the same time, Jor-El's brother, Zor-El, also sent away his daughter, Kara Zor-El, to save her as well. Upon learning this, Clark is grateful to learn he's not alone.
I'm not alone?
The Jor-El hologram tells Clark about a beacon of which he can use to signal Kara and find her somewhere out there in the galaxy. And in the following episodes, Clark goes and finds that beacon. In many ways, this show is very similar to James Gunn's Superman, but it came out first, so maybe James Gunn took inspiration from it? The Kryptonians were a race of conquerors, except here, they had a change of heart before things went south. After many episodes that caused Clark to feel more alone than ever,
So what are you saying? Earth should just be for Earthlings?
Earth is for Earthlings.
he activates the beacon in hopes that Kara will find him.
If you're out there and you get this message, I'm tired of being alone. I thought you might be too. Your cousin, Kal-El.
Kara sees the beacon and follows it to Earth, donning a human disguise that is very much based on Android 18 from Dragon Ball Z. She bumps into Jimmy Olsen, and the two become instantly smitten. She explains that she's looking for someone, Jimmy being the absolute GOAT.
The name's Jimmy Olsen, a leader at the planet and head of the Flamebird division.
You're the leader of the planet? Then you can assist me.
Leader of the planet? Jimmy, what did you tell her you do?
I'll tell you later.
Okay, anything you say, fearless leader.
Don't do that.
You know Jimmy? My Jimmy?
It's reconnaissance of Jimmy Flamebird, the leader of your planet.
Oh,
Give it back.
okay. Do you like Jimmy?
What? No, what? Stop being all weird with your bad Earth brain.
Offers to help her in any way he can, and promises to show her the beauty of Metropolis along the way. Eventually, she finally meets Superman, the one who she was looking for, who was in the middle of an event to find the most eligible bachelor of Metropolis, something he agreed to because it would benefit charity. Seeing Kal-El being paraded around this event like some kind of mascot to the humans sickens Kara.
Instead, I find a joke, a lapdog serving as entertainment to a weak and dissolute world.
So she confronts him and gives him a choice.
You have two choices. Join me in conquering this planet, or kneel before the new Kryptonian Empire.
After a brief fight with Superman, Kara is ordered to bring him back to her father in the far reaches of the galaxy. During the journey, Kara tries to convince Kal-El of why they should conquer planets.
I've spent my whole life helping Father re-establish the Empire for the good of the universe. Please, let me show you. We brought these planets into the light of Krypton. Why would you not want that for Earth?
She believes that by doing so, they are helping these planets. They are sharing their resources with them, and in doing so, these planets are thriving. To help prove her point, they visit Thanagar, one of the planets that she helped. But when they arrive, the planet is not the same as she thought it was.
A dead planet? Is this what you wanted to show me? Are all the planets in the new Kryptonian Empire like this?
No! I don't understand. Thanagar is a thriving part of our empire. There were cities, people, when was I last here?
But before she can realize what has happened, Kal-El and her are brought before her father.
My father is the light of the empire, Primus Brainiac.
It is here that we learn what exactly happened to Kara in the years since Krypton's destruction. Kara's pod was found by Brainiac, who, like in Superman the Animated Series, was originally the artificial intelligence of Krypton's council, but left the Kryptonians to die right before the planet exploded. Since many Kryptonians, including Jor-El, Zor-El, and Lara, all chose to abandon their conquering ways, Brainiac began to see them as weak and not worthy of being true Kryptonians.
Do you know, Kal-El, that your father led secret peace talks with our enemies? They were going to declare a ceasefire. The day the ceasefire was to be announced, 22 years ago, I activated our greatest weapon and wiped your people out.
Wow, a power-mad tyrant who breaks ceasefires in the name of war and tells others that he is morally right to do so? Now, where have I seen that before? So not only did he leave them to die as Krypton was being destroyed, he was the one who destroyed Krypton. And as he left the planet, he took all of Krypton's weapons and ships to use them to rebuild the Kryptonian Empire, stronger and deadlier than before. Since Brainiac found Kara as a baby, he was able to mold her into his enforcer, misleading her into believing that she was doing the right thing, that she was helping millions of lives and countless worlds by conquering them. Though, like her cousin, Kara had this need deep inside to put the lives of others above her own. So she constantly questioned her father's orders and pleaded with him to stick to his word and help those people.
These planets are worthy. They are beautiful. They are special. You refuse to destroy them, even under direct orders.
Brainiac saw this as a sign of weakness and proceeded to wipe her memories and brainwash her in order to make her the perfect conqueror. A conqueror who he believed would be worthy to be a Kryptonian. She became almost like him, a cold, emotionless, and apathetic machine. A blank slate that he could program into a weapon which he used to commit multiple genocides on a galactic scale. Upon learning this, Kara's entire world is shattered, and she feels like she truly has nothing left except Clark. And now, he might be taken away from her too. While in space, she encounters Lois and Jimmy.
That is Clark's evil, malicious kidnapping.
Hey, Kara!
Jimmy Flamebird!
Who are on a mission to save Clark, with the help of the Brain and Monsieur Mother. Despite everything she's done, Jimmy still sees the good in her and believes she can have a life where she can make her own choices.
What happens to you?
I've always been a warrior for the Empire. What else is there?
There is a whole universe, Kara.
Kara is voiced by actress Kiana Madeira, who was able to convey the multifaceted nature of Kara extremely well, especially considering this is her first voice acting role.
Her emotion and her angst and kind of that, like, you know, like you're saying, intensity is in the writing.
Sure.
And I resonated with that immediately. So that was kind of my initial take on her. And so when I got a call back, I was like, okay, cool. I feel like, you know, this is moving in the right direction. And then really working with the creative team on the callback and then getting into the booth to record, we just went further in that direction. So as much as it was me being inspired by the writing, it was also just kind of like creative instinct. And it's been really fun to dive into like her whole emotional arc because it's a lot, and I'm really, really grateful to be the one to voice her and bring her to life.
Incredible.
However, time is of the essence, as Brainiac has taken over Superman's body and plans to use it to conquer Clark's adoptive home. The team's best efforts are not enough, as they can't get through to Clark and are quickly defeated. In a last-ditch effort, Lois enters Clark's mind to try and save him, while Kara and the others travel to Earth in order to defend it from Brainiac. While on Earth, the team face opposition from not just Brainiac, but Amanda Waller, Lex Luthor, and Task Force X, who have been hunting Superman for the entire series, believing him to be a threat to Earth. Though the hatred of Waller and Luthor is overpowered by the people of Metropolis, who stand with Superman, Kara, Lois, and Jimmy. This includes everyone from the Daily Planet, John Henry Irons, aka Steel, and even the many villains who Superman fought over the course of the series. They're all here because Superman showed them kindness and tried to help them all. So now, they're here to return the favour. Superman truly has the ability to change hearts and minds for the better.
Passing yourself off as a hero, when we both know what you are. A weapon! Cavalry, take out the Metallos and help Superman defend Metropolis.
Speaking of which, Lois manages to help Superman break free from Brainiac's control, returning him to his old self again. Superman, Kara, and their allies launch their attack on Brainiac, but he has one last card to play.
Eradicator override.
Brainiac re-triggers Kara's programming and unleashes her upon Clark. Kara is now nothing but pure, destructive rage, but Clark refuses to fight his cousin.
I know you're still in there, Kara. Brainiac wants us to destroy each other, but I won't hurt you.
Instead, holding her tight and refusing to let go.
You are stronger than he is.
Jimmy and Lois hold her tight as well, telling her that she's not alone and that she is more than just her programming.
I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere.
I know what it's like to be alone, to search for a place to belong. But home isn't a place. Home is the people who love you. So come back home to us, Kara.
Don't let Brainiac win! You're your own person, Kara.
She is her own person, free to make her own choices. Kara breaks free from Brainiac's programming, and with the help of her cousin, is able to push back his invasion of Earth. Realizing that he's defeated, Brainiac decides that if he's going down, he's taking them with him, and aims a kryptonite beam at both of them. Refusing to let Clark pay for her mistakes, Kara pushes him out of the way and takes the full brunt of the blast, sacrificing herself to save her family. As she falls toward the sun, Clark comes in after her, delivering on his promise to always be there for her, that she'll never be alone. Thankfully, due to being so close to the sun, both Kryptonians are recharged, and Kara is saved from the kryptonite poisoning. At full strength, the super cousins charge towards Brainiac's ship, with Kara's armor disintegrating and transforming into a new suit, one that emulates her cousin's, one that no longer symbolizes war and genocide, but hope and compassion. They successfully destroy Brainiac's ship, but he is a sore loser and launches one last desperate attack at Kara. Before he could have killed her, but with her family behind her now, Kara is finally able to beat him, though she is left with a scar to remind her of what she used to be and how she was able to overcome her trauma. After the defeat of Brainiac, Kara is officially welcomed to Earth by the Kents and the Daily Planet and earns the name Supergirl. The story of Supergirl from My Adventures with Superman is about a daughter rising up against her abusive father.
It was easy when you were young, but the older you grew, the more you deviated from what was right.
When she was raised, she was taught to never raise her voice, to never speak up, or she would face consequences.
You are a disappointment, Kara.
She was taught that she was worthless, and that the only worth that she would ever have would be to serve the Kryptonian Empire.
You are weak, you are useless, you are a failure, and your only worth is in obedience. Without me, you are alone.
The only difference between Clark and Kara is that Clark had us and Kara had no one. I know we can get through to her. I saw a different side to Kara. She's not a lost cause, Lois.
Not only could she not speak for herself, but she couldn't think for herself either, because whenever she did, she was punished, physically and mentally, by her father.
I did everything you asked, Father. I am tired of having this same conversation, Kara.
Making her believe that it was her fault that she was being punished.
You disobeyed my orders for Earth? You ran away from all your responsibilities. Is this correct?
Making her hate herself.
I am no use to anyone. I spent my whole life as Brainiac's puppet. When I tried to stop him, he crushed me. He threw me away. I am not a warrior. I am a failure.
It was never her fault. She was never the problem. He was. Even when she has to take a stand against him, she makes excuses for him.
Father must be malfunctioning. That's why I need your help. You're malfunctioning, Father.
And even sobs over his body when she believes that she has killed him.
I'm so sorry, Father.
Because the sad fact is that this is something that happens in real life. Victims of abuse often make excuses for their abusers in order to either survive or due to the belief that things can change and get better. In reality though, you can never change an abuser. You can only do what you can to make sure that they can never hurt you ever again.
Kara's story is really about someone who's sort of grown in this environment that is all about power and control. And she's sort of like a child of that, the Empire in our show. And is learning compassion through her relationships with Clark and Jimmy and Lois that sort of brings her back her humanity and sort of shows a way for someone who is raised in that environment to regain their own humanity as well.
They are cheering for you, Kal-El.
Kara, they're cheering for both of us.
Oh, I did not know. I have never saved a world before.
Kara is finally able to break free from her abuser, and in doing so, learns what real love is. If there's one character I would compare her to, it's Bucky Barnes. Both were brainwashed and made into killers, against their will. Both had trigger words that turned their own minds against them.
Kara, you will comply.
Soldados, я готов отвечать.
Both were able to finally break free from their programming with the help of others, and both began a path of redemption, seeking to make amends for what they had done by helping others and saving the world. Though Kara is possibly more traumatized than what Bucky is, as her kill count when she was brainwashed is probably in the millions. But both also don't let their past define them, and they both have scars to remind them of what they used to be and who they are now. The writers of this show took Kara on such an incredible journey in such a short number of episodes, and I, for one, can't wait to see what else they have in store for these characters. Thankfully, we won't have to wait long to see what that is, as My Adventures with Superman has been renewed for Season 3, and will debut on June 13th. Hopefully I'll have this video ready in time and it'll come out on the same day. And only 2 weeks after that, we'll be getting Craig Gillespie's Supergirl film, starring Millie Alcock. So we'll be getting 2 great Supergirls in the same month, and I cannot be happier. Season 3 is looking to be another amazing season, and with the support of James Gunn, the team are hard at work crafting new and exciting adventures for Lois, Jimmy, Superman, and Supergirl. This isn't the end of Kara's story. It's just the beginning. What do you think of Supergirl's journey in My Adventures with Superman? Will you be watching Millie Alcock's Supergirl film? I really believe that the 2020s so far have been a great decade for Superman and his family. With Superman and Lois, 2025 Superman film, My Adventures with Superman, and now Millie Alcock's Supergirl film, we really are living in a new golden era for Superman and Supergirl. And I can't wait to see what else is on the horizon. Until next time, thanks for watching, and thank you for visiting Earth Prime.